Welcome back to day 14 of Trad Tune at Lunch, coming as always from Coolani here in County Sligo, in association with the Hawkswell Theatre in Sligo Town. Hope you're all doing well. Well, yesterday, after our Trad Tune at Lunch, I heard the very sad news of the passing of one of our great fiddlers, Brendan McGlinchey, who came originally from Armagh City and spent a lot of his life living in England. So there have been lots of lovely tributes going up online about Brendan McGlinchey, who was really one of the great players of the last few decades. He came to prominence in the 60s and played a very active role in Irish fiddling up until the late 1970s, and then there was a period of time where he wasn't very active in the music scene, but he came back very strong in the early 1990s, and that's when I first encountered Brendan, and he spent a lot of time, particularly in the summertime in Ireland, teaching and playing at some of the various summer schools for a number of years. And sadly, Brendan passed away on April 25th, just 3 months shy of his 80th birthday. So condolences to all of Brendan McGlinchey's family and friends, and I'm sure he's a lot of musical admirers out there in the traditional music scene. He was one hell of a fiddle player and a wonderful character and presence when he came over here to Ireland. We had many great times together. Hi to everybody tuning in again today, all the regulars. It's great to see you, making a habit of tuning in. And so, regardless of what I was thinking of in terms of tunes to play for today, when I heard that sad news about Brendan McGlinchey, of course, it meant that we would definitely do a Brendan McGlinchey tune today, because not only was he a phenomenal fiddle player, but he was a really, really terrific composer of traditional tunes as well. In fact, just a few weeks ago, as people started to settle down into this unusual time that we're living in, a lot of musicians were sharing recordings of one of Brendan's great and famous real compositions, a tune called Splendid Isolation. It's a tune that definitely seemed to capture the spirit of the times that we're in right now. So people were playing and sharing that particular tune just a few weeks ago, and little did we know that poor Brendan was to pass away just a few days ago. So he had many great tunes that he wrote, a lot of great reels. One of his tunes that he composed was a tune called Sweeney's Buttermilk, which is a tune that I remember being played many years ago. It was a very, very popular tune of the time. Of course, Splendid Isolation, one of his big reels, and a very popular one on the fiddle, for sure. Beautiful tune. And the tune that we're going to look at today, I decided to stay away from Splendid Isolation just because there have been so many lovely recordings put up of that tune over the last few weeks. So I decided to play instead a reel that Brendan composed, and he called it Farewell to London. And it's a lovely reel. Seemingly, it's a 2-part reel, but seemingly he originally wrote the tune as a 4-part reel, and then during his time out from music throughout the 80s and late 70s and 80s, he forgot that he had composed this tune, and when he came back into music in the 90s again, and Brendan travelled on the coasters tour of Australia in the early and mid-90s, and seemingly this tune featured on that. So it was a tune that he had forgotten that he had composed it, but he was reminded of the tune, and they played it on this particular tour as a 2-part tune, and then the two-part version stuck, and Brendan always played it as a two-part version after that, and it's a lovely little tune. So farewell to London, and our own farewell to Brendan. What a wonderful fiddle player. He made a great solo recording in 1974, I think, or thereabouts. A great LP recording, but unfortunately he never made a solo album after that. Just a week ago or so, one of my great friends, Dahi Gormley, sent me a track of Brendan that we were listening to, playing Crowley's reels. It's actually a track that was recorded of Brendan after he won the All-Ireland Fiddle competition at the Fleadh Ceoil, the All-Ireland Fleadh in Clones in 1964, and Gaelin released an album of some of the music and song from that particular Fleadh Ceoil in Clones in 1964. So Brendan's reels, he was playing Crowley's reels in 1964, and Dahi only sent it to me last week, and it was a wonderful. We were just admiring the playing, was the accuracy and the beautiful clarity he had in the playing. What a great technique and precision to Brendan's playing. He really was a perfectionist. So we'll play Brendan's Farewell to London now. The great Brendan McGlinchey's composition there called Farewell to London, a really lovely tune. And yes, I was thinking back when I was playing that tune of the timing. Actually, this week, just today, we found out that the Scoil Saora Willie Clancy, the Willie Clancy Summer School, that wonderful celebration of music that's been going on for so many decades, is unfortunately won't be happening this year. Not a surprise, sadly, but it'll be very missed. And the Willie Clancy Summer School was a place that Brendan taught for many years, and a lot of my memories of Brendan are at the summer schools. We kind of spent quite a few years doing the exciting summer school circuit of the Willie Clancy School, and Brendan would often teach up in the Joe Mooney Summer School as well, so we would always have a great week up there. And the Scoil the week before the All-Ireland as well, is another week that I think of Brendan, and he played many a great tune there at the recitals as well. And I also have a nice memories of Brendan at the Seamus Ennis Festival at the Knoll in Dublin. He always he had a great sense of humour, a very warm and charming kind of a man, and it was always great fun to be around him. What a musician! And thanks to Brendan for all the beautiful music that he has left us. And it had been unfortunately a few years since I saw Brendan last. He didn't come over to Ireland for the last quite a number of years. So it's been a while since I've seen him, and I often was thinking and wondering how he was getting on. So we got the sad news yesterday, and sympathies to Brendan's family and friends. So we're going to finish off again with playing the tune. I'll play it a little slower for anybody who wants to learn it, and with that we'll leave you, and hopefully see you all tomorrow. Thank you very much, Ken, as always, for tuning in from Maine, and great to keep all the messages going. Sorry yesterday I didn't actually get to see the messages live, but today I've been watching them as they're coming in. So thank you, everybody, and farewell to London, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.